Thank you very much, Professor Kitazume, for this historical, geotechnical, and environmental presentation. I will now let the audience ask you some questions. So do you have any questions?
Yeah. Hello, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for this very interesting lecture. Well, I'm an associate professor in a French engineering school. So I have one or two questions for you. The first one was about the, in the first part of your presentation with the subject about ground disasters. There was a field test in Maizuru, and I didn't quite understand how it was conducted.
So sorry, and then I cannot catch up with your questions, and then you would like to ask me about ground disasters, right?
Yes, yes, it was
And
about
then,
one of the pictures you showed. So it was probably around slide 20 or roughly that.
20.
Around, yes.
Around 20.
Approximately.
Maybe like that?
Because we can't see the, oh, that's better now. That was it.
You can see?
Yes.
Okay.
So what happened on this field test in Maizuru?
Maizuru.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. This was the field test for study the bearing capacity of the improved ground, SCP improved ground. And then this test was done for constructing the Kansai International Airport. And then they developed the new type or economical designs of the ground improvement. So, and then they would like to confirm the new design is applicable by the bearing capacity test. All right?
Yes, but
so, and then
sorry.
after constructing the improved ground, they set the foundations on the improved ground, and then you can see the top, the steel tank on the top, and then they supply the water into the steel box right top to increase the bearing vertical load to hold the bearing capacity. Yeah.
Okay, so the load was gradually set with filling the tank with water.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it was further on, slide 44.
Just a moment.
Yes.
44.
In the meantime, Professor, may I ask you to switch on your camera? So even if you are not present here in person with us, so
okay.
can see you if it's possible.
Okay. No, and then I'm sorry, and then I think that I cannot switch on my cameras.
But
I think that you prohibited, yeah? You can control the...
I'm not sure I can do it. Never. No, it's okay.
I don't know.
No problem, Professor.
All right, okay.
So I'll go on with my question. The second question was about the this material you used there for the lowest bulk densities. For example, below 10 kilonewtons per cubic meter, of course. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with the uplift in marine conditions?
Okay. Actually, and then the unit weight of this material is sometimes is lower than the waters. Okay. So and then when we place this soil in the water, and then the buoyancy load is larger. So and then soil have to goes up. So in fact, we did not apply this soil to the underground placement. Usually, we apply this material in the upper part, yeah, the waters.
So if I will, yes, if I will understand, the unit weight is beyond 10 kilonewton per cubic meters when it's in the water. Is that correct?
So and then this unit weight can be controlled by the amount of the water or amount of the EPS. All right. So and then you can see the many bubbles in the top right figures. All right.
Yes.
So and then when we have to put a large amount of the airfoam, the agent or EPS. So and then this material contains a lot of the void. So and then we can obtain the very light, the weight materials.
Okay. And the last question I will have is roughly almost the end of the presentation with perspectives for the future.
May I be here?
Yeah, this was it. How do you deal with the long-term behavior of some of those wastes when you use them in, in land reclamation?
That's right. Actually, okay, in the case of the dredged soils, okay, I introduced two types of the method for the dredged soils. So and then we studied the long-term strength and then long-term unit weight of the stabilized dredged soils. Okay, according to the measured data, and then the strength they increase with the time, not decrease. And then in the case of the lightweight technique I show you, and then the unit weight does not increase. The unit weight is almost a constant, even in the long term. So, and then I think that this soil, stabilized dredged soil, is applicable for the long-term situations. And then another the materials. Unfortunately, as far as I know, we don't have any measured data of these materials. Okay, but when we in the case of the cement stabilizations, okay, so and the strength of the stabilized soil is generally increased with time. So I assumed these material, can be also applicable for the long-term situations. Okay.
Okay. So you have to mix some of those materials with other materials to stabilize them.
Yes.
Okay.
Usually, and then these materials are used with the byproduct or the waste materials. But in the case of the slag or the glass, like that. So and then this is a granular the material. So and then we can use this material of the drained or SCPs alone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? maybe one question from me, Professor.
Yeah.
You've showed us many projects of reclamation since a long period. And what about what is the current situation in Japan and maybe in the area of the Tokyo Bay? What is the situation? Do you still have some new project of reclamation right now, or what is the situation?
Okay. So, and then as I told you, and then after the opening the country, and then the government adopt is a new policy for the industrial countries. Okay. So, and then the government promoted many land reclamations. Okay. That's why, and then you can see the many land reclamation in the Tokyo Bay areas. All right. But at this moment, okay, we have several land reclamation. One is the land reclamation for the garbage disposal areas. Okay, just a moment, please. Tokyo. Yeah. This area. So very big reclaimed land, but this the area was prepared for the garbage, for the dumping areas. Okay. So and then the Tokyo metropolitans have a very large populations. So, and then the large amount of the garbage or the waste materials will happen. So, and then we have to construct a sort of new landfill here. But others, maybe we unfortunately do not have any big land reclamation plans in the Tokyo Bay area now. And then some people have a plan to expand the Tokyo Haneda Airport again. So at that time, and then we can construct another land reclamation here. But it's a sort of the stage of the planning. Okay. So at present, and then we do not have any big plans.
Okay. So thank you very much for your answer. Any other question? No? So if we don't have any other questions, so I thank you again. We thank you again for your presentation, Professor Kitazume, and we close now this Coulon lecture.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.